Hello children, welcome back to this online session. Children, just to remind you, what we had done in the last lecture was we started with the trigonometric functions in the case of angle and arc lengths. There we saw how we denote an angle in radians, right, as well as in degrees. Then we further ventured into the proving of trigonometrical identities, and finally we saw how we worked out using add sugar to coffee rule. Okay, so today what we are going to do is how to determine, listen to me very carefully, how to determine value of the trigonometric functions of angles of any magnitude. Now when I say angles of any magnitude, it clearly implies any magnitude. So what I mean to say by this point, I mean to say you already know what is sine 30, sine 45, sine 60, tan 30, tan 45, cot 90 and all the standard angles which you have studied in class 10. What we are going to learn today is we are not going to restrict ourselves to angles less than 90 degree. We are going to go beyond 90. So today what we are going to study is how to find the value of trigonometric functions of angles of any magnitude. It can be sine 135, it can be sine 720, it can be cot of 1040 using the standard angles of 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. So the prerequisite, I can go in depth of it, but if time permits I will definitely explain to you the proof. Proofs are out of the boundary of a syllabus, even in the regular syllabus also, but I feel that you should know the derivation of this particular thing. But right now that is not the point. We have to just focus on application of the forms, the method to find the angles of any magnitude. I promise you but that whenever time permits I will definitely take up a little bit deeper study of trigonometry so that when you go out of class 11, you are really confident about the trigonometric topic as a concept in a whole. Now, let us begin. What is the prerequisite? The first prerequisite which you should know to find the destination is based on exercise 4D. Last time we studied 4C. First prerequisite is you should know the standard values of all the trigonometric functions of standard angles. So sine 30, cos 30, tan 30, cot 30, sine 45, sine 60, cot 90. So those standard angles values you are supposed to know. Besides that, something very important. So just I am writing it out. Meanwhile you can also write out as we go on. So let us see this part. The first part what you should understand, what you should know is, as I said when we are doing angle and arc lengths, negative angle also exists. The negative angle I am not saying numerically, I say algebraically, because when the angle terminal arm moves in the clockwise direction, right, you remember the angle form is negative, sign convention. So the first thing is very important. Sine of minus theta is always sine theta, minus sine theta. Okay, cos of minus theta, cos of minus theta is nothing but cos theta. For this small derivations are there, we did not look into derivation. The application of this is very limited, so you can just remember this formula. I'll just write down this what I am sharing with you. Tan of minus theta is nothing but minus tan theta. Cot of minus theta is minus cot theta. Sec of minus theta is sec theta, and cosec of minus theta is minus cosec theta. How to remember this? Okay, how to remember? Only for cos of minus and its reverse. Cos reverse is sec. So cos of minus theta is positive. Sec of minus theta is positive. Remaining are all negative. So only cos of minus theta and sec of minus theta is positive, remaining all are negative. So keep that in mind. So when we come to it, I'll just share with you the application of it, how we go about it. So this is the first prerequisite formulas which you have to apply directly, because this is a non-usable format. So how I convert this into usable format? By converting into this form. Like sine of minus 30, sine of minus theta. So sine of minus 30 will become minus sine 30. We will come to that as we go on. Now, very important part I want to share with you. We are going to study the trigonometric ratios. As I said in the beginning, we are going to find the angles of any magnitude by using the standard angles of 30, 45, 60 and 90. Now listen to me very carefully. Now you all know we have done this add sugar to coffee rule. So add sugar to coffee, right? All sine and cosec will be positive. Sine and cosec will be positive. Right? Tan and cot will be positive in this case. Cos and sec reverse is positive. Now you know that this is denoted as 0. This is 90 degree. You can also say pi by 2. This is 180 degree. You can also say pi in radians. You can say this as 270 degree. You can also say 3 pi by 2 radians. And finally here it is 360 degree, or you can also say 2 pi radians. So I just mentioned both the ways so that you understand. Second thing you want to remind you, the first quadrant can be written as 90 minus theta, 360 plus theta. 90 plus theta, 180 minus theta. 180 plus theta, 270 minus theta. 270 plus theta and 360 minus theta is what is it. Okay. So this is basically prerequisite. As I said, we are going to find the angles of any magnitude using the standard angles. So basically this part you already know. That is 90 minus t functions of, okay, I am just putting across here 90 minus theta. You can say 90 minus theta. Okay, I am not going to explain everything. I'll just share with you something important here, and then I want you to generalize, because there are many formulas. There is no purpose of writing all the formulas. You have to just keep in mind how we go. Now this you done in class 10. Now t function, trigonometric function. What are the trigonometric functions? Sine, cos, tan, sec, cosec, cot and all that stuff. So first thing what I want to share with you is, remember, sine of 90 minus theta is cos theta. You already know this. Cos of 90 minus theta is nothing but sine theta. Tan of 90 minus theta is nothing but cot theta. Cot of 90 minus theta is nothing but tan theta. And by the way, I repeat, sec of 90 minus theta is cosec theta, and cosec of 90 minus theta is sec theta. Okay, now this is nothing but the first quadrant. Okay, so we have lot of options here, because 90 minus theta, cos theta, sin 90 minus theta, sin cos 90 minus theta, sin theta, and all those things. Now I want you to remember, when I do the complementary angle 90 or 270, whatever stuff it is. Now look what is the thing happening. I want you to pay attention now. I'm not worried about the answer. Okay, keep that in mind. Sin 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta is what? First quadrant. Do you agree with this? 90 minus theta first quadrant. 90 minus theta is first quadrant. Right? So 90 minus theta. Now what is the, I want you to observe. Sin is changing to cos, cos is changing to sin, tan is changing to cot, cot is changing to tan, sec is changing to cosec, cosec is changing to sec. What you understand from here? Listen very carefully. Whenever it is 90 plus or minus theta, okay, listen very carefully, or 270 plus or minus theta, okay, when it is 90 plus or minus theta or 270 plus or minus theta, the first part is the trigonometric ratio changes. Now, what changes it happens? Sine will change to cos, cos will change to sine, tan will change to cot, cot will change to tan, and sec will change to cosec, cosec will change to sec. Clear? Second thing, what is the second observation is the sign, whether it is positive or negative. Okay, that's very, very important. So here, remember two things. First is what effect happens to the trigonometric ratio. So cos becomes sine. First is trigonometric ratio changes whenever it is 90 plus minus theta or 270 plus minus theta. I can explain you conceptually, but right now it's not required. Second thing is the sign plus sign. This sign is very important because here we follow the add sugar to coffee rule. Now you look at this particular angle. Don't look at this answer. When you look at this, first decide 90 minus theta is first quadrant, so all is positive. Okay, all is positive. So similarly here, okay, check the sign depending on quadrant. Now this is just my way of writing. Okay, don't follow it up as I give it. Check sign depending on quadrant. Or you can also say apply add sugar to coffee. Now purposely I wrote this. It's just a friendly gesture to you because this is not given any textbook as such. I'm just formalizing and generalizing the things. Okay. Now having said that, what I said, for 90 plus minus theta and 270 plus minus theta, the trigonometric ratio changes. What changes happen? Sine to cos, cos to sine. You understand this part, children? The sums are like this, we can solve. Okay, now remember here, theta are all acute angles, keep that in mind. Let us take an example. Suppose if I say cos 90 plus theta. Now listen, two things always gets impacted. First the trigonometric ratio you have to put, and then whether it's plus or minus sign. In this case all plus sign. Okay, now listen very carefully. I said whenever it is 90 plus or minus theta or 270 plus or minus, the ratio changes. So cos will change to sine, so sine theta. Now you have to see what sign you have to put. You have to put positive sign or negative sign. Now for putting that sign, don't look at the answer. Look here, which quadrant it is. So 90 plus theta is second quadrant. So second quadrant, this cos is negative or positive? Second quadrant, the cos is negative or positive? Tell me. Second quadrant, cos is negative or positive? Negative. So when I put the sign, you look at the question because the reference of this applies the sign over here. Not what is the result. So 90 plus theta is second quadrant. So second quadrant cos is negative. So the negative sign theta. Let us take another example. Say tan of 270 minus theta. First put the trigonometric ratio, then look at the sign. So tan 90 and 270, what I said, trigonometric ratio changes. So tan will become what? Cot theta. Tan will become cot theta. And then you see what sign you do, plus or minus. So putting the plus and minus sign, you always check the quadrant. Now what is the quadrant here? 270 minus theta. So third quadrant. 270 minus theta. Now 270 minus theta, third quadrant means tan is positive or negative. Don't look at this. Look at this. Tan is positive or negative? Tan is positive. So it is plus sign. Let us take another example. For example, if I say sec of 180. Sorry, I'm not talking about 180. I'm talking about 90 and 270. What I can say 270. Say minus theta. I said 90 and 270, the first thing is the ratio changes. So sec will become cosec. And then you put the sign. That's very important by using the add sugar to coffee rule. Now this quadrant 270 minus theta is third quadrant. So third quadrant, this sec is negative or positive? Here only tan and cot is positive, remaining all are negative. So sec is negative. I don't look at this answer and put the sign. I look at the question and put the sign. I hope you got this point clear. So this is what is the basic behavioral change of the complementary angles with plus or minus theta, I mean to say 90 plus minus theta or 270 plus or minus theta. Children, something very important, you have to remember these two changes to update these changes. So 90 and 270, whether it's plus or minus angle, the ratio changes. Remember that thing, first thing. And second thing, based on the question, put the sign positive, negative. We'll bring lots of examples on this. We'll make many exercise sums I am doing with you all. Okay, so just relax and see how we go about further. So this is regarding 90 plus minus theta 270. So make a note of it roughly, okay, because this is not given in any textbook. This is just a not mechanical way, but you can say it's a little bit mechanical because the conceptual part derivation is not at all important for this. Okay, but I will definitely spend time and explain the derivation because I like to explore the deeper part of trigonometry. But right now it's not required. So I hope you got this point, children. So pause and note it down. Okay, the second option, children, it is for the trigonometric functions of 180 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta. You see, all are based 90 minus theta, this is 360 minus theta, this is 90 plus theta, this is 180 minus theta, this is 180 plus theta, and this is 270 minus theta, correct, theta, then this is 270 plus theta, and this is 360 minus theta. So what you understand, there is a ratio with 90 plus minus theta, 180 plus minus theta, 270 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta. So based on that, I am just telling you the changes. Now similar lines, remember what happens. And first thing, trigonometric ratio doesn't change. Whereas in 90 and 270 the ratio change does not change. It remains the same. And finally the second, putting the sign, plus or minus sign. Apply the add sugar to coffee rule. Same way as we did in the previous case. So it's simple, I'll just make you understand. Now for example, let us talk about it. So sine 180 minus theta, I will define what it is. Cos 180 minus theta, I am taking all the trigonometric ratios. We can say tan of 180 plus theta. Okay, I'll just share with you with minus theta. Then cot 180 minus theta. Then sec 180 minus theta. And cosec 180 minus theta. Now let us see what happens. As I said, if you look at the ratio, supplementary ratio, 180 plus or whenever it is 180 plus minus theta, 360 plus the trigonometric ratio does not change. So sine 180 minus theta will remain sine theta only. Cos 180 minus theta will remain cos theta only. Tan 180 minus theta will remain tan theta only. Cot 180 minus theta will become cot theta only. Sec will remain as it is sec theta. Cosec will remain cosec. But remember, this is not the only thing. The second is you have to apply this add sugar to coffee rule based on this, what you did in the previous case. Even for 90 and 270 the same thing. So 180 minus, now 180 minus the second quadrant. So sine, second quadrant, this, I am not talking about this answer. Sine doesn't depend on the answer. Sine depends on what quadrant it is lying. Now this is theta. So this 180 minus theta, matlab this sine is lying in the second quadrant. So sine is lying in the second quadrant, means positive or negative? Positive. Cos second quadrant, 180 minus theta. Cos the second quadrant, negative or positive? Negative. Tan second quadrant. So second quadrant is positive, negative, negative. Cot second quadrant, negative. Sec second quadrant, negative. Here what is positive? Only sine and cosec. So cosec second quadrant, positive. So this is the way you implement the thing. Now let me just give an example. For example, let us take this part here. I am just giving the example based on this. So if you take, let us talk about say sine of 180 plus theta. I want to find cosec of 360 plus theta, then tan of 270, not 270, I'm talking about 180 and 360. So tan of 180 minus theta, I already done that, 180 plus theta, and then what I can do is, sec of 180 360 minus theta. Now let us see how I apply this result. Okay, how I apply this rule. So first 180 360 180 360. What the trigonometric ratio remains the same. Follow this. Don't forget this. Just follow this. The ratio remains the same. So this will be sin theta. This will be cosec theta. This will be tan theta, and this will be sec theta. But don't forget to put the sign. Now look at the question. This is sine is lying of which angle? The second quadrant, third quadrant. Third quadrant sine is negative or positive? Negative. Because 360 plus theta. 360 plus theta which quadrant? 360 plus theta is where? Oh sorry, this is 360 plus theta. 360 plus theta is which quadrant? The first quadrant. The first quadrant all are positive. So positive. Tan 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta is second quadrant. Third quadrant. So third quadrant tan is negative or positive? Negative. Positive? Yeah. This sorry, not negative, positive. Sec 360 minus theta. 360 minus theta is fourth quadrant, it is positive. So basically you are applying this rule. Why I am showing you this point is because when you actually see the application of these rules, we can find that angles of trigonometric functions of angles of any magnitude by using this standard convention which I just explained to you. How everything we will carry up with it. I want you to remember this. When I say 180 minus theta, in your mind you should judge 180 minus theta is second quadrant. Sine is negative or positive? Negative, because this sine is lying in the second quadrant. Positive. So it comes from. Cos, second quadrant cos is negative? Negative. I'm not looking at this and putting the sign. I'm looking at this and putting the sign to the answer. I hope you got this point, children. So just take it down. We will just see now how I apply this concept. This is exactly the complete part of 4D. 4D for your exercise, textbook exercise. And in fact, that is the last exercise of T functions. Right? And then you will see compound multiple angles. But beautiful sums are there. You will enjoy doing those sums. And how and when and how much, that is my prerogative. So just take it down. But I promise you that whenever time permits, I will go deeper into it. I'll just explain to you how these rules are devised. Okay? Right now it's not that much necessary. Okay, children? So pause and note it down. Okay, now we are going to stick to our basic rules, what we have studied in this session, and we will see how we apply to find the value of this sine of 120 using the concept just now what we have studied. So let us begin. This is nothing but theta for me. So this theta you can write in any format. 90 plus minus theta, 180 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta, 270 plus minus theta. So basically I try to take out a little bit this thing. Theta will become an acute angle. For example, if sine 120. Now when I say sine 120, I can write sine of 180 minus 60. 180 minus 60 is 120, no doubt about it, correct? So I wrote 180 minus 60. Because if you write 90, you can write 90 also. Coming to the point. 180, I am taking the nearer stand angle and then doing it. So 180 minus 60. Okay? No restriction for this, but this has to be acute angle. That's the point we have to do. So 180 minus 60. Now I will stick to my rule. What I told you, whenever it is 180 or 360 plus minus theta, the ratio remains the same. For 90 and 270, the ratio changes. If you want, I will just write down here 180 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta. Okay, T ratio remains same. Okay, then 90 plus minus theta, 270 plus minus theta, T ratio changes. And then part B is nothing but apply add sugar to coffee, ASTC rule. Okay, it's just for your understanding. Don't write that. So 180 and 360. 180 minus theta plus theta. The ratio remains the same. So this is sin 60. Now you have to put the sign also. That's very important. Just don't change it because the part B also you have to apply. This is my A part and this is my B part. So look at the question. 180 minus theta, second quadrant, sign is positive. Now believe me children, what is sin 60? 60 is what? Root 3 by 2. So basically sin 120 is nothing but root 3 upon 2. Now what you see in this? 10th standard you studied sin 30, sin 60, sin 45, sin 90. But now you found sin 120 using this convention. Using this rule. That's what the beauty of this. That's why this T functions of angles of any magnitude 120, 150, 172, 405, 225, whatever stuff it is. Now there is an issue which will come into your mind. Okay, which will come into your mind. What is that issue? You might say, so this 120, can I write 90 plus 30? Yeah, go ahead. Sine of 90 plus 30. Right? 90 plus 30. Okay. Now, as at 90 plus or minus theta, the ratio changes. So, sine will change to cos. So, ratio changes. So, cos 30 ho jayega. Now, put the sine, B part. Sine 90 plus 30. So, second quadrant, 90 plus theta is second quadrant, right? 90 plus theta is second quadrant. So, second quadrant sine is, look at this, sine is positive or negative? Sine theta is lying in the second quadrant. So, this is positive or negative? It is positive. So, plus. And tell me what is cos 30? Root 3 by 2. Same answer. So, whether you do this or whether you do this, the answer will remain the same. So, don't panic. Sir, I took this, I can take that. Yes, go ahead, take it. Okay? But in terms of 180 plus minus theta, 270 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta, 180 plus minus theta, where theta needs to be acute angle. That's the point which I have to get. I mean to say, this theta has to be in acute angle form. This form. And if it is not, you apply further that rule. One or two examples are there. I'll show you how to do it. So let us talk about the second example. Cos 150. So 150, what is nearer 180? So I go ahead. So cos 180 minus 30. Because 180 minus 30 is 150. Right? Now this is my theta. It is 180 minus. So 180 or 360, the ratio remains the same. So cos 30. But put the sign. B part has to apply. So look at the question. 180 minus theta. So basically cos 150. 150 angle is the second quadrant. 180 minus theta is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant cos is negative or positive? Negative. Right? So cos 30. What is cos 30? Root 3 by 2. So its answer is minus root 3 by 2. So basically cos 150 is equal to minus root 3 by 2. Can you believe this? You have started working to find the trigonometric functions of angles of any magnitude on your own. That's really great. Right? The sense of happiness should come into your mind. Let us take tan 172. Tan 172 is nearer to 180. So tan of 180 minus 8. Right? Now this is not a standard angle, so just leave it on. I mean to say, simplify and keep it out. There is no need to get the value of this because you know the value of 30, 0, 45, 60, 90. 8 degree you don't have. If you want, you can use the calculator and go ahead and do it. No problem at all. So 180 minus 8. No, 180 minus 8. First of all, 180 and 360, the ratio remains the same. And 180 minus theta. By the way, tell me 180 minus theta is second quadrant. So second is tan is negative or positive? Negative. Answer is minus tan. You can find the value of tan 8 and write the value is fine. You don't write fine. But normally you will get an angle in terms of standard formula. That's what our objective is in this question. 225. 225. I think 180 plus 45. Because 180 plus 45 will give you 225. Now, first 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta, the ratio remains the same. Right? 180 plus theta, the ratio remains the same. And 180 plus theta is which quadrant? Third quadrant, right? 225 is third quadrant. No, 180. 180 plus theta here. So third quadrant tan is positive. Tan and cot is positive. So tan is positive. So I know where it is. By the way, it's not 1 for it. Tan 180 plus theta is tan theta. So what is tan 45? 1. So basically, tan 225 is 1. Now you might ask me, so how can tan 45 is 1 and tan 225 is 1? I will explain to that. Just before that, I will just finish this up. So cot 4405. So I can write 360 plus 45. Now 360 plus theta. 360 plus theta is first quadrant. First is always positive. The ratio remains the same. So cot 45, answer is 1. So you might ask me, so cot 0 is also 1. I mean to say cot 45 is 1, tan 45 is 1, cot 405 is also 1. What I mean one thing, this is cot 0 is 1, sorry, cot 45 is 1. Sorry, cot 45 is 1, cot 405 is also 1. How come those two angles are having the same value? I told you, I explained you this, that suppose this, you can say this is the terminal arm, this is 30 degree, okay, so theta, so I will just take it is 30 degree. So what will happen now? Now suppose if I say sin 30, sin 30 is what? 1 by 2. So basically this is value in the unit circle is 1 by 2, this is 1, correct? This is 1, this is minus 1, this is plus 1 and this is plus 1, right? This is 1, 1 minus 1, okay? This is also 1 and minus 1. Now what I want to share with you, sin 30 is half. Now this terminal arm completes one rotation. It comes back to the original position. So it's not 30 degree. Initially it covered 30 degree plus 360 degree. So what is this? 390 degree. That means sin 30 is half and sin 390 is also half because the terminal arm comes back to the original position. Correct or not? So that's the way at two different many values of angles you will find the same answer. Tan 45 is 1, tan 225 is 1 and so on. Anyway, right now my job is not that. My job is to explain to you why it is coming same based on this explanation. But I can understand now using this concept I can find the t functions of angles of any magnitude. Now got this point with children? Go slow. We have a lot of sums to do. Just understand what generally I am applying, how I am applying and what I am writing. Okay? So pause and note it down. Now I think overall you had a look of how we applied this rule to find the trigonometric functions of angles of any magnitude. Now one more part just related to what I explained about one rotation complete comes back to the original position, right? That's where the value gets repeated. So what happens is, I'll just share it with you. For example, suppose I want to find sine of 750. See, in all the previous examples what you saw the angles were less than 360 degree. So you did 180 plus minus theta, 270 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta. Now in this case, what happens is, you divide by 360. 360 twice is nothing but 720. So what I can write this as sine of 2 into 360. Now 2 into 360 is 720 plus 30 degree. Now as I said, remember in the previous example I showed you that if the terminal arm is here and it covers 30 degree, it completes one rotation. That is 360. So now the angle is 390 degree. Correct or not? So it doesn't matter. So suppose it covers one more rotation. So again 360, 390 plus 360. I think 390 plus 360 is 750. That means sine 30 is also half. Sine 30 is half. Sine 390 is half, sine 750 is half. But the value of this ratio doesn't change. The angles keep changing because one rotation comes back to the original position. So what is the number of revolutions it does? It hardly makes difference to the answer. Keep that in mind. Because the terminal arm after completing one rotation comes back to the original position. So right now what I do is whenever it is more than 360 degree, I mean to say you can just divide by 360, find the nearest to 2 into 360 plus 30 because 2 into 360 is 720. 720 plus 30 is nothing but 750. Now you can ignore this because I just have to consider 360 plus theta, because rotation it is the original position only you are considering, because when it rotates the terminal arm comes back to the original position only. So the number of rotation doesn't make any difference to the answer. So you can ignore this. So you can write this as sine of, you can write 360. Now by the way, when I directly also you can do 360 plus theta. Now 360 plus theta is first of all the ratio remains the same. Right? Ratio remains the same. Now as ratio remains the same and 360 plus theta is which quadrant? The first quadrant. So first quadrant all is positive. So positive. So sine 30 is nothing but half. So I mean to say now is something important we studied. The sine 750 is nothing but half. So exactly 750 is also. So what I am trying to say is whenever an angle is more than 360, divide by 360, find the nearest multiple, because number of rotation doesn't matter much, doesn't matter to the final output. It remains the same. Why? I showed you, it comes back to the original position. That is it. But just my working is the approach what you used to do. Now one more example. For example, suppose if I say cos of, okay, sine of, I'll just take sine of minus 1050. Looks difficult, right? This is a not difficult form. So I told you sine of minus theta, what are you going to do? You're going to do sine of minus theta. First take this minus out. Cos of minus and sec of minus, reverse. Sine of minus and, cos of minus and sec of minus will be positive. Remaining of all negative angles will be negative. So in short, sine of minus 1050 is minus sine 1050. So I think now it's very clear. So I can write this as minus sine of 3 into 360. What is 3 into 360? Let us see. 3 6 is 18. 3 is 9. 1080. But here it is what? 1050. So 1080 minus 30 degree. 380, right, absolutely. So 3 into 360 minus 30. Why? Because this is 1080 minus 30. Because I have to get the value when I solve this out. Right? So finish. Ignore this. This minus sign is already existing. 360 minus theta. Now 360 minus theta is which quadrant? 360 minus theta is fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant sign is negative or positive? Negative. And negative of negative will become what? Positive. That is nothing but sine 30. Because the 360, because of 360 the ratio remains the same. So sine 30 is half. Believe me, sine 1050 when the terminal arm moves in the clockwise direction, so is also 1 by 2. So what you saw, you are able by this fundamental theorem, you are able to find the values of trigonometric functions of angles of any magnitude. That's what my message to you all is. So this is just an explanation. We will do lots of sums on this type. So pause and note it down. Okay, in the previous sum, you saw single term and its value. Now this is a sum they are given to you. Whatever it is, the approach remains the same. Chun ke maro. Chun ke maro means individually you find the value of it and then put across into this particular expression and find the answer. So first case is tan 225. This will always fetch you good marks and safe marks. So basically I don't mention your degree, it is understood degree. So tan 225. For tan 225 you can write in terms of 180 plus 45. Now you have to apply the rule first. So 180 and 360 the ratio remains the same. So tan 45. And by the way put the sign because that part B also you have to apply. Add sugar to coffee rule. The 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta is third quadrant. Third is tan is positive, negative, positive. So tan 45 is 1. Okay. Similarly, cot 405. Cot 405. What you can write for cot 405? Cot 405 you can write as cot of 360 plus 45. That's okay. 360 plus 45. Right? Okay. Now 360 plus theta. Tell me 360 plus theta is which quadrant? First quadrant. Anyway, that's not my game. cot 360 and 180 the remains the same. So it is nothing but cot 45 and that is a plus sign. Why is a plus sign? Because 360 plus theta is first quadrant. Great. So cot 45 is also 1 and no issue. Okay, no issue. Bigger one now, so it becomes clear. Similarly, let us get tan 765. Tan 765. Now, more than 360. So I told you find multiple of 360. So this I can write as tan of 2 into 360. Now 2 into 360 is 720 and here it is what? 65. So 720 plus 45. Okay, remember I am not mentioning your degree, you have to mention degrees before. So basically I told you number of rotations doesn't matter. 360 plus theta, 360 plus theta, first quadrant. So first quadrant, the ratio, first of all the ratio will remain the same because it is 360, 180 plus minus theta, 360, the ratio remains the same. So basically tan 45, first quadrant, it is positive, answer is 1. Last part, I have to find cot 675. So cot of 675. Now cot 675, everybody knows 675 is near to 720, right? So let's do that. Cot of, I can say 2 into 360. Now just bear. Now 360 is 720. So 720 minus 45. Because 720 minus 45 is 675. Got the question? Okay. Now I told you, ignore 360 plus minus theta, the ratio remains the same. Cot 45. And tell me 360 minus theta. Now 360 minus theta is which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. 360 minus theta. Now fourth quadrant. Cot. Don't look at the answer. Cot. Cot of angle. This angle lies in the third quadrant. So fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant cot is negative or positive? Negative. So I will put minus sign over here. So answer is minus 4. So you have 4 values, I got it. Put it and the solution. Tan 225 is 1. Cot 405 is 1. Plus tan 765, I got it 1. And this is minus 1. Cot 675. Cot 675 is minus 1. So what is the answer? 1 minus 1. Answer is 0. So it's very interesting. In the previous example, we saw single term. Now here also singular term chun chun ke maro. So single each part you find separately. So that is immediately if you do mistake, you can identify where the mistake has been done. So I hope you got this point basically. Okay. So pause and put it down. Okay, great. Let us start now. If you see this, 7 150. Minus 5 cos 300, 7 tan 25, evaluate, the sum goes to evaluation. As I said, chun chun ke maro. That means to say single point attempt, single attempt. Sine of 150. Now I am not mentioning degree, I understood. Okay. So sine 150, quickly do it. So I can write 180 minus 30. Now 180 or 360, the ratio remains the same. First write the ratio. Second quadrant, 180 minus theta is second quadrant. Second quadrant, this sign will be positive or negative quadrant. So what is sine 30? 1 by 2. Let us get cos 300. Cos 300. Now cos 300 is nothing but cos of 360 minus 60. And even though you write 270 plus 30, that's fine. I showed you one time. That even though you write this other format, the angle, the value will remain the same. So don't worry. So 360. 360, the ratio remains the same. But the problem in this question is 360 minus theta, fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant cos is positive. What is this cos 60? 1 side. So let us come to tan 225. All these values you need. That's why I am doing this. Just so we saw tan 225, I can write tan of 180 plus 45. So tan ratio will remain as it is. 180 plus theta is third quadrant, tan is positive, which is nothing but 1. Similarly, I get tan 135, which is equal to, now 135 I can write as tan of 180 minus 45. Now be careful. Tan ratio 180, 360 or 180, the ratio remains the same. But 180 minus theta is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant, tan is negative or positive? Negative. Whatever the answer comes, no bother. The sign depends on here, not the answer. So minus tan 45, answer is minus 1. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, I have to get this, sine 210. So sine 210, be careful, sine 210 would be, okay, sine 210 I can write as sine of 180 plus 30. See, all are standard angles I am converting, okay, acute angle. So 180 plus theta, second quadrant, by the way, it will remain as it is, sine 30, but it will be minus. Why? Because 180 plus theta is third quadrant. A third quadrant, sine is negative or positive? Negative. By quadrant, sine it is minus half. That's it. Take this value and place in this particular expression. So what will happen? Sine 150, that is 1 by 2, into minus 5 times cos 300. Cos 300 is 1 by 2 plus 7 times tan 225. Tan 225 is 1 divided by, be careful, upon tan 135. Tan 135 is minus 1. Tan sine plus 3 times sine 210. Sine 210 is minus 100. That's it. You have to solve this out. So if you see carefully here, this is half, that is 1 minus 5 is minus 4, minus 4 upon 2. Now minus 4 upon 2, minus 2 plus 7, you will get 5 as the answer here. Right? But here what happens, let us see. I think I will find the LCM here. So minus 2, minus 3. So minus 5 upon 2. So 2 goes up, 5 gets cancelled. This is nothing but minus 2. So the final evaluation of this answer is minus 2. So this is the way, what you are seeing here is, you are seeing that you can find t functions of angles of any magnitude, plus you can get a value of a complete expression. I hope you got this point. Don't you feel it is interesting? Right? So we have not yet started with the 4D exercise. This is exactly 4D exercise. Okay? So pause and note it down, and we will see that in the next session. Okay, children? How to do the sums on 4D. I want to remember these things and this basic golden rule. Okay? So till then, see you. Bye bye.